Lord's word came to Jehu, Hanani's son, against Baasha. I raised you up from the dust and made you a leader over my people Israel. But he walked in Jeroboam's ways, making my people Israel sin, making me angry with their sins. So look, I'm about to set fire to Baasha and his household, and I'll make your house like the house of Jeroboam Nebat's son. Dogs will eat any of Baasha's family who die in town. Birds will eat any who die in the country. Now the rest of Baasha's deeds, what he did and his powerful acts, aren't they written in the official records of Israel kings? Baasha lay down with his ancestors and was buried in Tirzah. His son Elah succeeded him as king. But the Lord's word came through the prophet Jehu, Hanani's son, concerning Baasha and his house. It concerned everything evil in the Lord's eyes that Baasha had done, angering the Lord by his actions, so that it would end up just like the house of Jeroboam. The message was also about how the Lord attacked Baasha. In the 26th year of Judah's king Asa, Elah, Baasha's son, became king over Israel. He ruled in Tirzah for 2 years. Zimri, his officer who led half the chariots, plotted against him. Elah was at Tirzah, getting drunk at the house of Arza, who had charge over the palace at Tirzah. Zimri came, attacked, and killed Elah in the 27th year of Judah's king Asa. Zimri succeeded him as king. Once Zimri became king and sat on the throne, he attacked all of Baasha's house. He didn't spare anyone who urinates on the wall, whether relative or friend. Zimri destroyed the entire house of Baasha in agreement with the Lord's word that had been spoken by the prophet Jehu to Baasha. This happened because of all Baasha's sins, as well as the sins of his son Elah, and because they caused Israel to sin. They angered Israel's God, the Lord, with their insignificant idols. The rest of Elah's deeds and all that he did aren't they written in the official records of Israel kings? In the 27th year of Judah's king Asa, Zimri became king. He ruled in Tirzah for 7 days. The army was camped at Gibeton in Philistia. They heard the news. Zimri had plotted against the king and killed him. Right then in the camp, the whole Israelite army met their general Omri, king of Israel. Omri and the entire army then went up from Gibeton and laid siege to Tirzah. When Zimri saw that the city was captured, he went into the fort of the royal palace and burned it down on the top of himself, so he died. This happened because of the sin Zimri had committed by doing evil in the Lord's eyes, and by walking in Jeroboam's ways, and the sin he had done by causing Israel to sin. The rest of Zimri's deeds and the plot he carried out aren't written in the official records of Israel's kings? At this time, the people of Israel were split in two. One half of the people followed Tibni, Ginath's son, making him king. The other half followed Omri. Omri's side was stronger than those who followed Tibni, Ginath's son. So Tibni died and Omri became king. In the 31st year of Judah's king Asa, Omri became king of Israel. He ruled for 12 years, 6 of which were in Tirzah. He bought the hill of Samaria from Shemer for 2 kikars of silver. He fortified the hill and named the town that he built there after Shemer, the previous owner of the hill of Samaria. Omri did evil in the Lord's eyes, more evil than anyone who preceded him. He walked in all the ways and sins of Jeroboam, Nebat's son, because he caused Israel to sin. They angered Israel God the Lord with their worthless idols. The rest of Omri's deed and his powerful acts aren't written in the official records of Israel kings? Omri lay down with his ancestors and was buried in Samaria. His son Ahab succeeded him as king. In the 38th year of Judah's king Asa, Ahab, Omri's son, became king of Israel. He ruled over Israel and Samaria for 22 years, and did evil in the Lord's eyes, more than anyone who preceded him. Ahab found it easy to walk in the sins of Jeroboam, Nebat's son. He married Jezebel, the daughter of Ed-Baal, who was the king of the Sidonians. He served and worshipped Baal. He made an altar for Baal in the Baal temple he had constructed in Samaria. Ahab also made a sacred pole and did more to anger the Lord, the God of Israel, than any of Israel's kings who preceded him. During Ahab's time, Yah from Bethel rebuilt Jericho. He set up its foundation at the cost of his oldest son Abiram. He hung its gates at the cost of his youngest son Zegub. This fulfilled the Lord's word spoken through Joshua, Nun's son.